Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the top 5 credit cards, at least in my opinion, that you should consider getting this year. Now, as always, these videos aren't intended to be financial advice and are really just for entertainment, so in other words, please don't sue me. Also, with any of these credit cards, I definitely recommend to use them responsibly and only on purchases you normally make. That way, you can enjoy the full benefits of the card, such as the cashback, spend bonuses, etc. If you are interested in any of these credit cards, I will make sure to link them in the description box below, just in case you're interested in looking at them further. Also, I will mention that I'm not sponsored by any of these credit cards, so this is just my personal, non-biased review of what I consider to be the top 5 credit cards available. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our list. So starting off at number 5, we have the Chase Freedom Flex credit card. Now, this is a credit card I've had myself personally for the past several years, and was actually originally just called the Chase Freedom card. Just like the old Freedom card, the Freedom Flex offers 5% cash back in certain categories each and every quarter on the first $1,500 in purchases you make. So for January through March of this year, they had a 5% cashback category for purchases made at wholesale clubs, cable, internet, phone, and streaming services. Then, from April through June, you would receive 5% cashback on purchases made at gas stations and home improvement stores. At the time of filming this video, they haven't yet released the categories for the second half of the year, but just for reference, last year the categories from July through September were purchases made on Amazon and Whole Foods Market. Then, from October through the end of the year, the categories for 2020 were purchases made at Walmart and through PayPal. So even though these categories may not be the same each and every month and every single year in the future, they should still end up being pretty similar. Another really great perk about the Chase Freedom Flex card is that you can also earn 5% cash back when making purchases related around travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards platform. In addition to that, you can also earn 5% cash back on all Lyft rides through March of 2022, 3% cash back on dining at restaurants, as well as 3% cash back on drugstore purchases. And no, that doesn't count paying the guy standing on your street corner, even if he does work at Walgreens for his day job. On all other purchases, other than the categories that I just mentioned, you'll be earning just 1% cash back. Finally, if you spend $500 within the first 3 months from your account opening, you'll receive a $200 cash bonus on top of having a 0% intro APR for the first 15 months, all while having no annual fee. So all in all, a pretty solid card. The only real drawback this card has is the fact that it only earns 1% cash back in many categories, so it's mainly a card that I would mostly use on purchases where you'll be earning the 5% cash back. Also, the card does currently have a 3% foreign transaction fee, so if you are leaving to go somewhere abroad, this is a card that you would want to keep back at home. Okay, moving along to the 4th credit card on my list, which is also quite similar to the Freedom Flex card, and this one is the Discover It Cashback card. With this card, just like the Freedom Flex, you also have the quarterly rotating categories in which you'll be able to earn 5% cash back on the first $1,500 in purchases that you make. For this year, the rotating categories for January through March included purchases made at grocery stores, Walgreens, and CVS. For April through June, it included purchases made at gas stations, wholesale clubs, and streaming services. Then, for July through September, the 5% category included purchases made at restaurants and through PayPal. Finally, during the final quarter of the year, cardholders will earn 5% cash back on purchases made online through Amazon, Walmart, and Target. For all other purchases, you'll only be earning 1% cash back, which really isn't all that much, but it's certainly better than nothing. As far as their cashback bonus goes, they structure it just a little bit different than how the Freedom Flex does. With the Freedom Flex, if you remember, as long as you made at least $500 in purchases within the first 3 months, you would earn a $200 bonus. With Discover, there's not a set amount they'll be giving. Instead, they'll be taking whatever you earn in cash back and matching that amount by 100%. So if you earn $200 in cash back during your first year holding the card, they'll match that and give you $200 more. This sort of gives their card holders more of an incentive to use this card more, at least in the first year, to give them a higher cashback reward. Just like with the Freedom Flex, you'll also receive a 0% intro APR offer, this one being for the first 14 months, on top of having no annual fee. However, unlike the Freedom Flex, this is a card you can safely bring along to your trips abroad, as you won't have to pay any foreign transaction fees. Now, the one real negative of this card is the fact that it only offers 1% cashback on all other purchases not made in the 5% categories, which is a really low amount, at least when compared to some of the other credit cards out there. Alright, moving on to the third card on this list, which is the Bank of America Premium Rewards card. With this card, you'll be earning 2 points for every $1 spent on travel and dining purchases. On top of that, you'll also be earning 2 points for every dollar spent at grocery stores at least through the end of 2021. Then, on all other purchases other than those, you'll only be receiving 1.5 points per dollar spent. So far, you might be thinking, well, compared to the other two cards, this one doesn't seem all that great. However, the cash bonus reward is where all that changes. That's because if you make at least $3,000 in purchases within the first 90 days of having this card, you'll earn a whopping 50,000 points. To find the dollar equivalent, you can take the point amount and divide by 100. So in this case, 50,000 points would be $500. On top of that, Bank of America will also be giving cardholders up to $200 in travel statement credits. This includes $100 in airline incidental statement credits, which would include things such as seat upgrades, baggage fees, in-flight services, and air lounge fees. Then the other $100 would include statement credits towards TSA PreCheck or global entry application fees, which you can receive every 4 years. Speaking of flights, if you happen to go anywhere abroad, this is a card that you can bring along without worrying about receiving any foreign transaction fees. The one negative thing that I will say about this card is that it does have a $95 annual fee. However, considering that you do earn a $500 cash bonus after spending $3,000, you're still coming out pretty far ahead. Plus, at the end of the first year, you can either cancel the card, which I don't personally recommend doing, or better yet, simply downgrade the card to one of their free ones, such as their cash rewards card. You can also always feel free to call in and ask for the annual fee to be waived, which they may or may not do, at least for the first year, but there are certainly no guarantees. Okay, moving on to the next card on this list, at number 2, the Capital One Venture card. This card is not to be confused with their Venture One card, which is also pretty similar, at least in the name, but doesn't offer nearly as good of perks. With the Venture card, you can enjoy earning 2 points per $1 spent on every single purchase you make. Unlike the other cards in this list, they make things pretty simple with their point to dollar structure. Just like the Bank of America Premium Rewards card, the Venture card also offers a 50,000 mile reward bonus if you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months of opening your card. Then, to sweeten the deal, and mostly to incentivize cardholders to use it for the rest of the year, they're currently offering 100,000 points if you're able to spend $20,000 within the first year. So, after the first 50,000 miles, you can basically earn another $500 if you spend another $17,000 that year. On top of that, Capital One also offers a $100 credit for global entry or TSA PreCheck, in addition to having no foreign transaction fees. Now, there are a couple of drawbacks this card has, the first being that there is a $95 annual fee, which really isn't that big of a deal considering the spend bonus that you're receiving, but of course it is there and you will have to pay $95 every single year that you own this credit card. Also, just like with the Bank of America card, at the end of the first year, you can either downgrade the card to one of their free ones, such as the Venture One, or you can simply ask for the fee to be waived. You can also always cancel the card, which is something I wouldn't necessarily advise because it could impact your credit score. The other drawback with this card, and this is just my opinion, but I'm really not a fan of the reward structure. For example, with most other credit cards, 50,000 points would be equal to $500 in travel, receiving a check in the mail, or a statement credit. However, with the Venture card, they're only willing to give you the full value if you redeem for travel. If you ask for a check to be sent in the mail, or for a statement credit, you only get half the value, which, in my opinion, is pretty cheap on their part. There is a workaround with this though, where instead of redeeming the points for statement credits, you can simply choose the option to cover your purchases, which will indeed give you the full value of your points. Again, I guess this is not a huge deal, especially if you're seeking to redeem your points for travel. However, in my case, I just found it to be a gigantic pain. Alright, so now we're down to the last card on the list at number 1, which happens to be the rival Capital One Ventures card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. With the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you'll be receiving 2 points on dining and travel, and 1 point on all other purchases. They also currently offer the best spin bonus on this list, an 80,000 point spin bonus after you spend at least $4,000 within the first 3 months of having this credit card. Just as a reminder, that's an $800 bonus just for spending $3,000 within the first 3 months. On top of that, you will also receive $50 in statement credits to go towards groceries within the first year. With the points that you earn, Chase also allows people to gain even more value if they redeem them for travel through their Ultimate Rewards portal. In total, cardholders can earn 25% more in value when their rewards are redeemed through the portal. So, those 80,000 points that you just earned as a bonus through the portal, they're now worth 100,000 points or $1,000 instead of just $800. And just like the majority of these credit cards on this list, you also won't be charged any foreign transaction fees. The one drawback that this credit card does have, which is normal for other cards with these massive spin bonuses, is a $95 annual fee. Again though, this is something that you can either ask to be waived, which isn't guaranteed, or you can simply downgrade to one of their free cards at the end of your first year. Okay, so again, I really hope you found some value in this video. Again, with any of these credit cards, I always recommend using them responsibly and only on purchases that you would normally make. If you have to spend money on necessities or things you're going to pay for anyways, you may as well use a credit card that's not only going to give you cash back on each purchase, but also come along with some pretty sweet spin bonuses. I also always recommend making sure to pay off your credit card in full, just because it really doesn't make too much sense to receive hundreds or even thousands of dollars in rewards, only to pay back hundreds more in interest payments. Remember, we're going to be using credit cards as a tool, and in order to be efficient with them, we don't want to pay back any fees. Instead, let's earn the cashback, spin bonuses, and other rewards that these credit cards offer us without changing our normal spending habits. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you would like to earn 2 free stocks from Webull, valued up to $1,850 in total, or 1 free stock from Robinhood, feel free to claim those free stocks by clicking the link in the description box below. Also, if you enjoyed the content in today's video and you'd like to see more videos like it, I would greatly appreciate it if you showed me support by both liking this video and also subscribing to my YouTube channel. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.